What a spot.
Beautiful. Amazing.
Gorgeous.
So this is the Broughton Hall estate. So this is where we were going to do the awards. You know, the hall is, I can't quite get my bearings, but around here somewhere. So what a magical place.
Hard to imagine when we're up here, but we are in the middle of a pandemic. How do you think that's going to impact sort of long term on things like climate change?
For me, it's a monumental in society, in the way that we live on the earth, because we've experienced globally cause and effect. So because the pandemic stopped us from doing stuff, buying stuff, from travelling anywhere, we began to see, you know, air pollution's dropping, you know, cities like Delhi and, you know, places like that. Nature's coming back, wildlife's coming back. And so that's just in a matter of weeks. I mean, it was weeks that stuff happened. So imagine if we begin to slow down the way that we live, much more harmonious and much more respectful, because the pandemic is teaching us to do that, to change and live in a different way, then actually we could mitigate this crisis quite cleverly if we unite and learn from this horrible experience, really. I mean, the worst bit about it is the social distancing thing. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true. We're physically distancing, but we're socially interacting a lot more. I mean, I've had more connective Zoom calls, you know, and more connections with people than was ever able to before, because before you do a face-to-face and it would take all day really to go and meet somebody, and now you can pow, meet 6 new people in a day. So,
and I think people are really trying and making that effort, because we are socially distanced in one respect. They're making more of an effort, aren't they, to make those connections? Yeah,
they are. And you know, we work with some amazing companies that are bringing technologies into the forefront, so people can work from home. And you know, if we work from home just 2 days a week, that reduces our carbon footprint for the whole country, by 40%. I mean, it's huge. So yeah, there's a lot of positive things that will come out of this, although it's been a very difficult, troubling time for many. But actually, it's nothing in comparison to what's on our doorstep with the climate crisis. This is just a very small drop in the ocean in terms of what's going to be on our doorstep soon. So we've got to act. We've got to clean up our lives and clean up the way we live in the world, and do it for our future generations, because, you know, I want to die knowing that I've done everything I can for my kids, and I'm sure every parent would be feeling the same. But why aren't we all collectively acting?
And this is perhaps the wake-up call that we all needed to really see what's happening, to really open our eyes to it all.
I think this is the beginning. I think it's the beginning of a long journey that we're about to embark on.
So 10 years of the Pea Awards, how did it all start?
Oh, wow, gosh. I had a fork in the road. I used to work in the music industry, and I was offered by some TV researchers to go onto a TV show. It was called Dumped on Channel 4. In 2006 I was approached, and we had to go and live in an extreme environment. We didn't know where we were going or what we were doing or anything. We ended up living on a landfill. And I was the only one out of 10 people that was invited to go onto the show, and they thought I was a bit of a tree-hugging hippie, which is why they thought I'd be an interesting character. They had the usual suspects for Channel 4, you know, the black guy, the model, the gay guy. It was so stereotypical, and and I was the tree-hugging hippie. And it had a massive impact on me. I mean, it was like, you know, this was the dark side of consumerism. It was, you know, landfill is where everybody thinks they're throwing stuff away, and there is no away. And what's happening is this stuff was going into the planet, and, you know, the planet is potentially getting sick because of it, you know, and now we're seeing that ecosystems are breaking down. And so I made a very confident statement to camera that I would do everything that I could in my life, in my work, and in my lifestyle, to inspire and educate others about the issues around what we now know is the climate crisis. You know, we've got fires, we've got floods, we've got tsunamis, we've got earthquakes. This is happening literally every day somewhere. And so the great thing about it now is people have woken up to it. So, you know, it all started there for me, that I wanted to just kind of decide that my life had a purpose. And although I loved music and it was an absolute passion, and I felt I could reach loads of people with a message through music, actually this felt much more important to me. And those worlds have kind of crossed, and, you know, over the years, which is cool. I actually got signed like a few years ago, so I'm now a signed recording artist as well. And I released an album eventually as well, which is quite, you know, quite a bizarre thing really, but my main focus is this. So the awards was born out of a passion and a necessity to educate people. And what I found is that there was a massive amount of people that you don't hear about, just quietly doing things under the radar that are having a massive impact. And so I just felt that those people needed to be honoured and respected and empowered, and to give them a platform. And I've got some great stories of people that won awards 6, 7, 8 years ago that are now running hugely successful companies that acclaim that growth, the beginning of the growth, to the fact that they won an awards with us.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So things have changed a lot, presumably then, not just for the awards themselves, but for all those people, all the people involved in the last 10 years. There's lots of change.
Yeah, there's been a vast amount of change. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing, every week now we get a kind of introduction to a new organisation that's doing something very disruptive and very important. That's trying to mitigate the climate crisis, whether it's a new product, a new nappy, a new soap, some food, whatever it might be. But every day there's amazing creations coming out of our consciousness, and it's an amazing time to be alive, actually, because on one hand it's, if science is correct, we're in a huge amount of trouble unless we get things sorted very quickly. And on the other hand, there's this massive amount of creativity and inspiration that's coming. And we've just got to kind of navigate a way through these potentially turbulent times.
Judging panel, tell me who's involved this year.
Wow, we've got our first full female lineup this year, which is amazing. So Katie Hill is the editor of My Green Pod, and my lovely wife, she's chair. And we've got Kat Fletcher, Safia Minnie, Jordan Brompton, Joe Wood, and our newest addition to the judges lineup, Michelle Senecal de Fonseca. I mean, it's just an amazing lineup of judges. They're all absolute experts and pioneers, if you like, in their sectors. And when we had the judging debate, which was really interesting, I mean, I was learning things. I think I'm quite clued up about this stuff, and I was learning things, still. So, there's a massive amount of wisdom that we've got in these very, very brilliant women leaders, really.
And what kind of things do they look out for in the nominees?
Gosh, I mean, it's varied. I mean, we have kind of 4 criteria. It's inspiration, that speaks for itself, scalability, success to date. I mean, they're the kind of core things that we look for. But what I found really interesting this year is that the judges were even more choosy about the things that, so for example, 5 or 6 years ago, something would have come up and they would have been like, oh, that's a great idea, and now it's like, well, there's loads of this going on and they're not the best that they could be in that particular area, and it's like, so it's ever evolving. It's just fantastic. I
mean, that's a real sign, isn't it, of how far it's come in 10 years, that they have so much to choose from and so many people entering the awards.
Yeah, it is. It's for me, it's heartwarming and mind-blowing at the same time. And it was just a very, very small seed of an idea all those years ago, and now it's turned into this, not only a great monumental kind of event, but it's such a required necessity. If we don't honour the people that are doing great things, they're going to stop doing it, and that's no good, is it?
So for all those wonderful nominees, have you got any words that you'd like to say?
Oh, I mean, just thank you for being superheroes and trying to reshape and restore and regenerate our planet, because if we don't do that, there's going to be a lot of trouble coming in our future times. So just thank you to them all. I mean, they're saving humanity, they're saving the planet, and they're trying to fix things, and that's just hats off to them.
And with those words, we'd like to wish all of the nominees the very best of luck. And now it's time for the awards.
We've often wondered what keeps the world running. Is it economics? Is it algorithms? Is it magic? Turns out, it's you. Always you. Doing your thing. Dreaming dreams. Building new worlds for humanity to march forward in. It's that that simple truth that led us to build our workspace technology for one thing and one thing alone. To give you what you need to not only do what you do best, but to pull out all the stops to what you can become. You're made for bigger things.
Hello, I'm Tim Minahan, the Executive Vice President of Business Strategy and Chief Marketing Officer at Citrix Systems. On behalf of my fellow executives and all Citrix employees, I want to congratulate the Pea Awards on their 10th year of acknowledging individuals and organizations that are positively contributing to the environment, our communities, and society as a whole. If there is any silver lining in this global crisis we've been living through, it's that the pandemic has shone a light on the positive impact that responsible business policy and technology can have on advancing both business continuity and sustainability. As the world's leading provider of digital workspace solutions, we at Citrix have long been committed to helping customers embrace remote work and IT strategies that keep employees safe and productive while advancing carbon reductions and energy efficiency. It's also why we're grateful to sponsor the Pea Awards, which are the UK's leading award program for advancing sustainability in business. Like Citrix, the Pea Award organization and nominees are reimagining a future of work that uses technology to advance outcomes that are positive for the business and the environment. Please join me in congratulating all this year's nominees and thanking them and the Pea Awards for demonstrating that doing good for the world is good business. Thank you and enjoy the program.
Hello everyone, and a big virtual welcome to the Pea Awards 10th birthday. It's not quite the celebration that Jarvis and the team had in mind. As many of you will know, the Pea Awards are all about coming together to share ideas over great food, first-class entertainment and free-flowing alcohol. But we're not going to let lockdown get in the way of the most important part, celebrating the pioneers and heroes who have dedicated their lives to making the world a better place. My name is Zilpa and I'll be your host for the evening. Please get involved with comments throughout the evening using the hashtag Pea Awards. All the winners are absolute superstars who are disrupting and revolutionising entire industries, so we want them to feel as special as we can, even if it has to be from a distance. We've got a fantastic crowd joining us online, so we're looking for lots of virtual love please. But before we start, we'd like to say a huge thank you to our sponsors. Our new headline sponsor for 2020, Citrix, plus category sponsors Deloitte, Delfina Hotels and Resorts, My Energy, Octopus Energy, One Earth Show, Walida and Yeo Valley. Huge thanks also to our judges, Michelle Senecaldo Fonseca, Kat Fletcher, Joe Wood, Jordan Brompton, Katie Hill, Safia Mini, and also to the various teams involved, Studio RTR and film production, G&D event management, 73 Media for the virtual management, and of course Jarvis's team at My Green Pod. In Jarvis's words, this has been a super complicated tapestry to create, but a whole lot of fun, and we really hope you enjoy it. Those lucky enough to have VIP tickets can now sit back with their cocktails and enjoy the show. Thanks to all of the fab companies that have provided products for the party bags. For the rest of you, we hope you grabbed yourself a drink, make sure you're sitting comfortably, and get ready for a virtual 10th birthday party like no other. Let's kick off with the first awards category, Arts. This is always a difficult category to judge, and the judges said it wasn't any easier the 10th time round. There are so many fantastic projects around the UK and beyond, covering music, fashion, fine art and lots more. Huge credit to everyone who is using art to communicate the most urgent messages of our time. And the shortlist is BTS, Festival of Thrift, Jane Mutiny,
Let's go. 'Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire and set the night light.
5 minutes to alive, everybody. 5 minutes to alive.
Jane new to me. I'm an artist, muralist, and I'm here in Shoreditch on Holywell Lane, and I'm going to be painting this wall with this design. Hopefully. Well, I've been following XR for a while, and I'm pretty amazed by what they've achieved, really. It's pretty impressive, and I want to be part of it. Seeing it come out in such an explosive way it's really inspiring. So I'm hoping I can inspire others with my work.
And the winner is Festival of Thrift Team.
I'm thrilled to accept this award on behalf of Festival of Thrift. We're proud to be the National Festival of Sustainable Living, and this rewards all the hard work of the last 7 years, building to 40,000 attenders in 2019. This year, going online with our festival, despite all the difficulties, was something I think we pulled off. Our fantastic audiences have let us know that we're all peas in the pod and part of the same global community, and this motivates us to keep going. Thank you.
The judges were united in their praise for the creative and inspiring team behind this celebration of sustainable living. They've shown resilience and innovation during the pandemic, and the festival is truly scalable, attracting interest from people around the world. And now on to our next award, Digital Technology. Technology is advancing all the time and has the power to change the way we live and work for the better. Whether helping to lower energy bills or ramping up efficiency to slash emissions, technology has huge potential to clean up homes and businesses. And in this category, the shortlist is ESI Monitor, Mark Lane; Heliomotion, Melissa Briggs; Smart Hound, Kim Bouters.
So what actually is this?
Okay, this is a heliomotion system. It's the biggest one we do. It's a PV6 with 72 cell panels.
So what sort of power would this actually do at peak?
And it depends on, obviously, where the sun is, leaves and everything else, but we would expect it to generate between 2,400 and 5,000 kilowatt hours a year.
One of the tricks of this is it actually follows the sun, doesn't it?
It does indeed. So during the day, you can see at the moment the sun is at the east because we're sort of reasonably early in the day. At the end of the day, the panels will end up facing due west, which is over there. So it follows it by moving about every 6 to 7 minutes.
And the winner is Kim Bouters' Smart Hound.
Hi, I'm Kim Bouters. I'm the founder of Smart Hound and the developer of Octopus Watch. It's an absolute pleasure to find out I'm being awarded one of the Pea Awards. A special thanks go out to Martin, one of the users of Octopus Watch, who nominated me for this award. And of course, I would like to thank each and every person who has bought and subscribed to Octopus Watch. It is because of your continuous support that I have been able to develop Octopus Watch and make it into the app it is today.
This Octopus Watch app helps users to reduce energy consumption, reduce the load on the grid and save money. The judges love the way it helps to change customer behaviour while helping to make the most of green energy. Let's move on to the third award, electric vehicles.
Pea Awards, happy 10th birthday. Oh my gosh. Who wouldn't support you guys, right? I absolutely love you for all these reasons. The fact that you promote and support sustainable businesses, ethical people, you're looking out for the future of our planet and for our kids. It's just the best cause in the world to support. So I wishing you another happy 10 years. I'm super proud of you this far, and I wish I was there to celebrate with you in person, but hopefully next year. I hope it's a great success. Love from all the team at My Energy.
2020 was dubbed the year of the EV, and the switch to electric transport will gather more pace as petrol and diesel cars and vans are phased out. The companies on this shortlist are helping to break down any barriers for drivers, from range anxiety and access to chargers to simple aesthetics. And the shortlist is Connected Curb, Tesla, Elon Musk, Urban Electric Network, Ollie Freeling-Wilkinson.
The Connected Curb system delivers complete convenience and confidence over how you engage with charging infrastructure. Convenience in being able to find a charging point whenever you need it and in the most accessible place, and confidence that when you get there, there will be one available, and critically that it will be working. We also think about smart cities, so when we deploy our charging points, we also deploy fast fibre, meaning we can support superfast connectivity and IoT sensors. We also think about the environment, so we think about trying to deploy infrastructure that is visually discrete, long life, and made of recycled materials. We think about the future, so we think about connected autonomous vehicles and how we can support them with our superfast connectivity, but also how by separating the socket above the ground from the charger beneath the ground, we can support wireless charging and inductive charging technologies. And finally, when you deploy this infrastructure, it's infrastructure that is not a sunk cost, it's something that should earn you money over time. It earns money both through advanced data propositions, but also pure and simple through EV charging.
And the winner is Connected Curb.
Hello, I'm delighted to accept the PEA Electric Vehicle Award. Thank you so much to the judges, and thank you to my team for their ongoing support and hard work. Thank you.
The judges praised Connected Curb for helping to make EV charging accessible to everyone, which is a crucial element of the switch away from diesel and petrol. On top of charging, Connected Curb monitors air quality, and the charger itself even uses recycled tyres. And now on to the next award, Energy.
Hi guys, just wanted to say congratulations for a fabulous 10 years of the Pea Awards. We haven't been involved with you for all of that time, but we have for a fair chunk, and it's always been incredibly inspiring to work with a team who are so passionate about supporting those who are doing their best to do good for people and for the planet. So long may it continue. Well done.
From power-saving gadgets to innovations that reduce demand or generate clean energy, this is a sector full of pioneers who are looking for ways to power our lives more sustainably. Our shortlist: Future-Proof Home, Carol Fardell; Heliomotion, Melissa Briggs; Tesla, Elon Musk;
So what actually is this?
Okay, this is a Heliomotion system. It's the biggest one we do. It's a PV6 with 72 cell panel.
And the winner is Heliomotion.
Hello to all of you watching the People Environment Achievement Awards, especially to those interested in new build homes and to those retrofitting existing properties sustainably. I'm delighted that having introduced the Finnish designed Heliomotion solar tracking systems into the UK, they are now being recognised as an economic, alternative and valuable solution to harnessing the power of the sun. They're particularly useful when static rooftop installations prove to be the wrong option in a particular location. And to the judges, thank you very much for recognising the innovation of this technology.
The judges were really pleased to see this great initiative that promotes renewable energy and has a passionate woman at the forefront. They commended Melissa for seeing a problem and then solving it. Let's find out the winner of the next award: food. One of the judges summed this shortlist up brilliantly. Supersonically awesome. The judges couldn't find any greenwash at all, just companies operating with a genuine desire to make the world a better place. And the shortlist is Cooper King Distillery Team, Terroir Tapas Team, Treflac Farm Ian Steele.
My fiance and I had the idea for the distillery back in 2014 when we were travelling around Australia. We came across the Tasmanian craft whisky industry and just loved the idea of making our own whisky back in England. So we brought the Tasmanian distilling ethos back home to Yorkshire with us, where we set up the distillery, which was an entirely self-build project. What we've tried to create at Cooper King is to take it a bit more than just a product. So we try and use as much inspiration from different flavours, different places, different people and processes, and to bring it together and create something that's a little bit more unique.
Terroir Tapas, Bournemouth. Our food and drink menus are globally inspired, with all ingredients sourced super locally. Over the 3 years, we have built great relationships with our producers. These key relationships drives Terroir's mission as a zero-waste, high-quality, planet-positive bar and restaurant. Within the venue, we have several factors that maintain our ethos: recycled materials in the construction and furnishings, no bins beside composting, an in-house growing system with aquaponic grow wall, no disposables, no unreturnable packaging, renewable energy, a grey water flush system in the toilets, environmentally friendly cleaning using only local sea salt and water. One other major factor is the team that works side by side, ensuring all products are valued and used to their utmost. A chef's byproduct could become a bartender's key ingredient. With menus driven by local farms, combined with our team's creativity, Terroir Tapas is drinking and dining with the planet's health at the forefront.
Treflac Farm's been in the family since 1904. I'm the fourth generation of my family's farm here. My dad used to be a dairy farmer, but he stopped milking back in 1999. When I moved back in 2006, I knew that we couldn't farm in the same way that my dad had farmed for the previous 30 years or so. We started out with a few pigs, selling at farmers markets and selling locally to people, but we realised that we needed to add a bit more value to it. So we put a butchery and a bakery on site so we could make really tasty, home-cooked, good quality food. So baked goods like pies, pasties, sausage rolls and quiches right here on the farm to sell locally. There's full traceability with all the meat that we use. If it's not coming from Trevlock Farm, it's coming from other small-scale, independent meat producers. We use organic where we possibly can, definitely free-range meat. As far as possible, we make it by hand on the farm, so there's complete traceability and control over the whole process.
And the winner is Cooper King Distillery.
Hello, the Pea Awards. Look, thank you very, very much for giving us this award. It means a huge amount to myself, my partner Abby, and our small team here. Cooper King Distillery, we've been producing sustainable spirits from the absolute beginning. That's what we've set out to do. We run on green energy. We've got our own beehives, use local wheat, local ingredients. It's really key to what we do, and to be recognised by you guys, yeah, it's fantastic. So thank you very much.
The judges noted the huge rise in the number of UK distilleries and commended Cooper King as a blueprint that clearly demonstrates how a sustainable distillery should operate. The judges were really impressed by the way Cooper King has considered every aspect of operations and delivered with full transparency. If only all businesses were this circular and green, they said. Our next award, Green Pioneer. This is another tricky category for the judges, as every single Pea Award entrant is a green pioneer in their own way. We were looking for individuals who have really shaken things up by taking an alternative approach to business as usual. And the shortlist for this one is A Plastic Planet, Sian Sutherland; Earth Changers, Vicky Smith; Kidda, Claire Moffat; Urban Electric Network, Ollie Freeling-Wilkinson.
Plastic. We all know the problem. Now we need to work together to fix it. How? We are working with industry, with media, and with governments. Our campaigns focus on action and solutions.
Talk about that now with Sian Sutherland.
When did it become okay to wrap something as perishable as food in something as indestructible as plastic?
We work with industry to accelerate the pace of change, with our plastic-free certification mark helping shoppers choose, with our industry commitment mark working towards plastic-free, helping industry lead by example. We host plastic hackathons. We focus on future solutions, creating the world's first plastic-free materials library. We lobby governments to introduce new laws and taxes, and we work with doctors and scientists in the Plastic Health Coalition on the impact on human health. The world is stepping up to a new level of responsibility. Change is happening, but we need it to happen faster.
My name is Sian.
My name is Federica.
My name is Lily.
My name is John.
My name is
My
Alex.
name is
My name is Steph.
My name is Olga.
My name is
And I'm a plastic addict, but I am ready for change. So let's turn off the plastic tap together.
We have way more power than we think.
Earth Changers is a curated collection of some of the world's best positive impact, transformative, regenerative tourism. We feature life-changing places with world-changing people for extraordinary experiences with purpose. Travel's a global sector of 1.5 billion customers, representing 10% of global GDP and 10% of world jobs, and it's got a huge global impact, but it can be positive. Ethical consumers want products that support communities and environment ever more since the pandemic, but few actually turn good intentions into practice as they can't discern what is truly sustainable or greenwash. So we help people find and book trips that change the world. We begin with the why, purpose, where you can learn all about how tourism supports the SDGs, communities and conservation. We put people in the middle, where you can read stories about who's behind the amazing places and the impact on lives. We promote our high integrity partner places and transparently all they do to make positive impacts. And we connect you directly to local teams to pay, so money and job empowerment goes directly into the destinations, and our travel becomes a force for good as we put Earth first.
And the winner is Sean Sutherland, A Plastic Planet.
Hi everybody, Sean Sutherland here, co-founder of A Plastic Planet. We just wanted to say how thrilled we are to receive this Pea Award of Green Pioneer. Of course, everybody who entered should have won, but I'm not going to lie, we're very happy that we are the winners at this because we do work pretty tirelessly to try and help industry change and wean everybody off our addiction to plastic and try and do something to make some impact on the plastic crisis. So thank you to everybody involved in the awards and have a great rest of your week.
The judges were united in their praise for Plastic Planet's impact, with 1,000 products certified plastic-free already and an aspiring to be plastic-free label. They noted a huge possibility to motivate consumers and businesses alike and stop the pipe of plastic pollution. Well, we're going to take a short break from the awards now, so you can stretch your legs, pour yourself a drink and give your eyes a rest. Don't forget to use the hashtag Pea Awards to get involved with the awards and congratulate the winners.
Congratulations to all the winners. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Don't run away because 5 of you are going to be lucky enough to win some amazing prizes donated by our sponsors. Look out for your name popping up on the screen now. Good luck!
Now back to the award categories and the winners. Next up is Britain's Greenest Family.
A massive thank you to Jarvis and Katie for organising the Pea Awards. The Pea Awards come together and celebrate all those people who've made a huge difference to the world by getting everybody together and putting the environment first. So this is Tim Mead signing out from the Yo Valley. Thank you very much.
This award is for families, big and small, that have written sustainability into their everyday activities and routines. Some examples include growing veg for the community and helping to boost local recycling rates, plus niche inventions developed in garden sheds up and down the country. And the shortlist. Jen Gale at Sustainably-ish. One Planet Pizza, Joe Hill and Mike Hill. Treflac Farm, Ian Steele.
Hello, my name is Jen Gale and I am an ordinary knackered mum of 2 and the founder of Sustainable-ish. After spending a year buying nothing new when the kids were little, I wanted to create a space where I could share some of the lessons that I'd learned and where I could talk about this idea of imperfect eco-action. And Sustainable-ish is all about exactly that. It's about breaking down some of these stereotypes that maybe exist around the fact that thinking maybe we have to move off grid and learn to knit our own yogurt in order to make a difference. It's about progress over eco-perfection. And it's about helping people to work out what they can do that works for them and for their family. I've written 2 books, I host the Sustainable-ish podcast, and I run courses, festivals, events, challenges, webinars, all kinds of things, focusing on easy, non-preachy and accessible eco-action for all.
Hi there, I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
And we're the father and son team behind One Planet Pizza, the UK's leading frozen vegan pizza business. I've been vegan now for about 37 years. And even back then, when I turned vegan, I knew that one of the main reasons was the impact that that could have on global climate change and sustainability of the Earth's resources. And then I guess you turned vegetarian when, Joe?
When I was about 10 years old. I then went vegan when I was back in 2014, just before we started the business. And I went vegan for the same reasons, to tackle climate change and to try and protect the animals we share this planet with. And we're now on a mission, Mike, together, father and son mission, to try and help make this world a better, more sustainable place through the power of pizza and championing plant-based diets to counter climate change. And we like to call it Pizza with Purpose.
Hi, and welcome to Trevett Farm. I'm Ian Steele, and I'm the 5th generation of my family to farm this land on the outskirts of Oswestry, on the Welsh border outside the town of Oswestry. When I grew up here, I knew I didn't want to be a farmer because we farmed in a very commercial and a very old-fashioned or a post-Second World War type of way, reliant on agrochemicals, on pesticides, herbicides and fertiliser. I moved away because that wasn't what I wanted for a future for me and my family. But I moved back to the farm because I knew there was a way of doing it differently. I knew that you can grow good quality food, you can sustain a local economy, you can sustain a local population with that good quality food, you can be an employer, and you can care for animals in the highest possible welfare standards and still make a living. And that's what we're trying to do here today. With our outdoor pigs, our free range and grass finished cattle, our bakery and also our therapeutic projects.
And the winner is Jen Gale from Sustainably-ish.
Oh wow, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Completely humbled and surprised to even be nominated, so to win is just absolutely blown me away. Thank you.
Judges said Jen really does talk the talk and walk the walk. She's written a brilliant Bible for everyday sustainability, which one judge said was the best handbook she'd seen. The judges praised Jen for inspiring and educating vast swathes of folk. An absolute winner, they said. Our next category is health and well-being. This year, physical health and mental well-being have been brought right into sharp focus. The judges were blown away by the number of people who are working to create healthier, happier lifestyles with beauty and fashion, as well as more obvious candidates like food and drink. The shortlist for this category is Bedstraw and Madder, Primrose Matheson; Galahad Clark from Vivo Barefoot; Sophia Latif; Little Cooks, Helen Burgess.
We are the co-founders of Bedstraw and Madder, a label with a focus on reducing chemicals in textile processing.
It's no secret that the fashion industry is one of the world's most polluting sectors. Today, almost all textiles are made with synthetic dyes, produced using over 8,000 potentially harmful chemicals.
We have developed a range of sustainable knickers, Our fun colours are created 100% naturally with no bleach or chemicals. The uncomfortable truth is only 2% of underwear is sustainably made.
We feel it's time to reconnect to nature.
Bed straw and madder brings the planet together. Regenerative farming revives our soil and our communities.
Plant dyes purify our water and our skin. Join us by investing in clean colour.
Hello, I'm Sophia, founder of Sophia Latif, a pro-aging vegan skincare and well-being range, giving women the confidence to show off skin and hair as these change with age. Born from a need to manage my own stress eczema in my late 20s, I turned to oils, inspired by my Indian heritage, to bring my skin back to health and to strengthen my skin barrier. I used my skincare routine as my mindful moment at the end of each day. It was my mini meditation. It forced me to slow down and to build a kinder relationship with my skin. I launched Sophia Latif 15 years later with the face oil that I had been using for 15 years. Now, with my holistic approach to beauty, I help women to build a kinder relationship with themselves, their skin and their hair. We're normalising real skin.
And the winner is Galahad Clark.
Hello, this is Galahad from Vivo Barefoot. Thank you all, and thank you to PEA for the Health and Wellbeing Award. We like to think at Vivo Barefoot that we are part of the solution and not part of the problem. We make shoes that literally bring you closer to nature and improve your health, improving healthy, natural movement. So if you haven't already, go grab a pair, 100-day free trial. And thanks again, we're super thrilled on this blue moon to be accepting this award. So thank you, everyone. Bye.
The judges called Vivo Barefoot founder Galahad Clark an absolute pioneer and an inspiration. He's committed to exposing the ugly truth behind the mainstream shoe industry and works with international partners to transform the sector, plus our health, with transparency and ethics. Okay, our next category is money. Now, money gives us a way to vote for the kind of world that we want. Entrants and nominations in this category are using money as a force for good and helping us to use our cash to bring about the kinds of change we want to see. The shortlist is the Shared Interest Team, The Path, David MacDonald, Triodos Bank Team, Phoebus Software Limited Team.
It started with the Tradecraft share offer in 1984, in which I invested, and I was rather fascinated by the idea of a prospectus which offered the opportunity to invest to promote love, justice and equity in international trade.
I can remember the day when Mark Hayes came into my office waving a piece of paper at me, and it was the registration agreement certificate to be an Industrial and Provident Society. That was the point at which I knew we were going to be a success. We'd got the structure, we knew the money would then start flowing in. Getting the money out there, of course, was going to take much longer.
There have been many highlights, and one of the highlights this year is that we reached groups of farmers and artisans that have 400,000 people involved in them. We are lending 70% of our money directly into Africa and Latin America to groups of farmers and artisans who are not only impacting them, but we're impacting their families and the communities as well.
en el día a día. Ahora pues más que todo ya nos ayuda a favorecer a la educación de nuestros hijos, a la alimentación de nuestros hijos, a la salud de nuestros hijos. En eso nos enfocamos más.
Sí, mira, la verdad es que tuve un cambio, como te decía anteriormente, de 360 grados y fue en varios ámbitos. Y la verdad es que mi trabajo se valoró más acá en la cooperativa.
Grâce à Ecopim, en tout cas, j'arrive à escolarizar mes enfants.
De repente desde aquí darles un agradecimiento muy profundo con el corazón en mis manos. Les deseo muchas bendiciones a ellos por su apoyo mutuo que tienen hacia nosotros.
The Path has been created to bring the best financial advisors and fund managers together to serve a client community who want clear, ethical and sensible advice from trusted professionals. We will create a plan for you which gives you financial peace of mind and a path to financial freedom now and into the future. At the same time, you can use the power of your money as a force for good. It will have an even bigger purpose, since your investments will be aligned with the path the planet needs to take for its own sustainability. This could be one of the most meaningful and rewarding steps you ever take. What is the point in making worrying predictions about the future? The best way to predict the future is to create it.
This is my bank. It's called Triodos, and it makes sure my money is only used to create a better world.
No other bank is totally transparent about what they do with our money and only uses it to power positive change.
This year is their 25th anniversary.
In that time, my money has helped grow sustainable agriculture and housing,
renewable energy and reduce food waste.
But right now, when the world needs positive action,
our money can make the biggest difference of all.
Creating solutions.
Like a tree, growing the future we need. So now is the time to tell your friends. Join me.
Join me.
Join me.
And let's turn this tree into a wood, into a forest. And then together, we can make sure that the next 25 years of impact makes the last 25 years look like a tiny seed. Let's rewild banking.
And the winner is Triodos Bank Team.
My name is Simon Crichton and I lead the business banking team at Triodos, lending to organisations with positive impact across the environment, social and cultural sectors. We are very proud to be recognised by the Pea Awards. This year marks our 25th birthday in the UK and we continue to work hard to be the pioneer in the use of money for the benefit of people and planet. Recent examples of our work are in supporting projects to extend vehicle charging capacity and the uptake of electric vehicles for personal and public transport. We believe the transition of the transport industry and its electrification must be part of our future together.
The judges were united in their praise for Triodos, which they said has transformed banking. One judge said Triodos has demonstrated that ethical banking is not only possible but also desirable. The bank is sating the growing hunger for transparency in the sector and showing other banks how it should be done. Okay, we're on to our next category, which is nature. "2020 has been many things, not least the year that brought us closer to nature. We've spent more time in our local outdoor spaces and discovered the importance of being outside. The shortlist in this category is Compost Club, Michael Kennard and Thomas Daniel. Human Milk, Claire Tchaikovsky. Seed Ball Team.
Here at Compost Club, we collect food waste from local residents and businesses using reclaimed buckets from the construction trade.
We take this matter to our Duraform hot compost tumblers, where it's broken down at high temperatures for 21 days to kill any human pathogens.
Let's see what it's going to be like today. Whoa, mushroom land. Oh my god, we're basically worm farmers.
We see ourselves as stewards working in collaboration with billions of microorganisms and earthworms in service to the soil. We shred cardboard and use that as a carbon source, and also offer this to some of our members for home composting purposes. We burn scrap wood to charcoal to store carbon, to enrich our compost and help us green our landscapes, empower people to grow local healthier food, and create community among our members and community growers, as well as creating wildlife habitat in the gardens and also in the compost piles themselves.
The size of this pile.
Yeah.
This is just full from top to bottom, like this, with worms.
Biocomplete compost.
Biocomplete, biochar enriched,
Cacao colour.
thermophilically broken down, and then worm castinged up to the max, and still going on.
And the winner is Seed Ball.
I just wanted to say an extra thank you from everyone here at Seed Ball. We got a bit carried away earlier with all the Prosecco. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting us. Like, we so badly just want to inspire as many people as possible to grow wildflowers from seed, and this really helps us so much. And it's such a delightful feeling. So yeah, thank you so much for your support. Okay, bye-bye.
The judges praised Seed Ball for being a lovely idea that's engaging and has had a massive impact due to being accessible and affordable. The non-profit is led by female experts who started out long before rewilding and guerrilla gardening was cool. They've stuck at it and now have an established green product. Our next category is product. There are more eco products in the market than ever before, and also more demand for everyday essentials with a lighter impact. The judges were looking for long-lasting innovation that's here to stay and not more unnecessary stuff. The shortlist: the Avalon Spirits team, Fab Little Bag, Martha Silcott, Gusto, the Eco Chill Box, Peatware, Joe Skelton.
Hi, I'm Steph, aka Queen Bee, co-founder of Avalon, and this is Tim.
Thanks, Steph. I'm Tim, the other co-founder of Avalon Spirits.
we want to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about Avalon and why we think you should invest in our Planet Positive Spirits brand.
On our journey, we discovered that a huge part of a product's environmental footprint comes from the raw materials that it's made from. Across the 4 metrics that we use to assess the environmental impact of raw materials used to make alcohol, apples came out top on all 4 metrics. And we all know that the best apple brand in the world comes from Normandy in France, and it's called Calvados.
Avalon is made from 40 varieties of apples, which are naturally fermented and then distilled and aged in French oak barrels for 2 to 3 years. And this gives us an absolutely delicious, crisp and clean liquid, or as we like to say, made with nothing but apples, water and thyme.
Hi, my name's Dawn Davies and I'm the head buyer for the Whisky Exchange. And I absolutely love Avalon because it's great liquid and a really great story.
So I think what I particularly love about Avalon is when you first open the bottle and that real caramelised apple flavour hits you.
The reason this is half empty is because I've been having a lot of Avalon.
So what's the problem? The problem is twofold. Firstly, people flush tampons, pads, condoms down the toilet in their millions, and a portion of this ends up in the rivers, oceans and washed up on our beaches. This is causing a serious environmental problem. Secondly, those of us who are binners and wrap up our used sanitary products to put them in the bin are often met with a fraught and anxious, unpleasant experience. There's not enough loo roll, no bin, or the bin is disgusting and overflowing. Certainly not hygienic and pleasant. So, Fab Little Bag is here to resolve both of these problems and make being a binner, doing the right thing, feel good as well as doing good. You open the bag, put in the content, pull off the strip, seal it and bin it. Open in, seal bin, job done, problem solved.
And the winner is Avalon Spirits.
Well, that was a massive surprise. Really wasn't expecting to pick up a Pea Award today. Thank you to the judges, thank you to Jarvis and Katie and everyone that makes the Pea Awards happen. Thank you to Stephanie, my amazing business partner. Unfortunately, we're not together because it's COVID. But just, yeah, super excited to win this award for all of the work that we've done. Hopefully some of you have got a delicious Avalon cocktail made by Pritesh, so hopefully you're enjoying that. I'm going to go and have one now. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The judges were all impressed with the way Tim and Steph set out to create the most sustainable drink in the most sustainable way. They put all of their efforts and energies into making it cool. One judge said if everyone who drinks switched to Avalon, the environmental impact would be huge. Plus, it might just help to save wild bee populations. Our next category is travel and tourism.
Dear Pea, happy birthday! Happy birthday from your super green Sardinia, and happy birthday from your super green friend Delfina Hotels and Resort. We are really proud of you and we thank you all for the effort you have been putting in place during these 10 years. So thank you, because you have been doing something really important for each of us and for the planet. So Delfina is with you.
This category is split into 2 separate categories, getting from A to B and travel. The shortlist: Hugh Graham, Incognito, Howard Carter, Julian House Bike Shop Team.
Good morning, fellow TikTokers. I'm currently at John O'Groats at the very tip top of Scotland.
For the night, first solo wild camp. Today's breakfast view.
I could not be anywhere.
When light.
Oh. There's water everywhere.
Same shit, different day. Not a bad little view.
Absolutely incredible. Over £5,000 to the Earth Day Network to save this planet we live on. So thank you so much to everyone.
Hello, my name's Howard Carter. I'm an insect bite prevention expert and founder of Incognito insect repellent. If you're interested in how to use these products, or in fact any insect repellent, or pesticides and their effect on the environment, because none of these products contain pesticides, they're all natural, or you're interested in how I got into this business, which is a story in itself, then do see my other videos on Life, the Basic Manual. Thank you very much for watching.
Our social enterprises are sustainable, successful businesses that support our service users into meaningful occupation and often into further routes for employment.
Well, I was having some problems with my mental health, which involved me getting arrested, and I ended up going there for help, really, and I'd sort of burnt on my bridges at the time and didn't have anywhere else to go, really. Being involved in Julian House has helped me get me in touch with the right medical services. They basically helped me to sort of turn my life around and gave me positive things to do, like the bike workshop, for example.
And the winner of the first award for getting from A to B is Julian House Bike Shop.
Hi, my name is Cecil Weir and I'm the fundraising director for Julian House. A huge thank you to everyone who's supported us for this Pea Award. It really, really is enormously helpful. And the timing couldn't be better. As you can see, the streets of Bath are very deserted, a city that normally has over 1 million tourists a year soaking it up. And if one positive should come out of the pandemic, it's the fact that cycling has really had a real shot in the arm, including our bike workshop. Although it's primarily there to help some of the most marginalised members of society, we want to sell bikes and promote their value to the world. So thank you on behalf of a group of people who normally don't have a huge voice in society. Thank you.
The judges love the brilliant way of reusing what we already have rather than sending it to landfill because we want the latest fancy model. The charity also provides training to create employment opportunities for the homeless and those with criminal convictions, which was highly commended by the judge. And the second award for travel goes to Incognito.
My name's Howard Carter from Incognito. It's a pleasure to be here tonight and to accept this award. This isn't the first time that we've won this award. We won it first in 2012. A lot's happened since then, and one of the main things is this year, this pandemic, which has affected travel. There is hardly any travel, maybe 1% of travel that used to occur. So what this has meant is a real impact on communities around the world where there is poverty and they rely on tourism. So what we do is we give 10% of our profits to these to charities. Unfortunately, we're not making any at the moment, but when we do, then that's what we will be supporting some of these people. As you can see, this is our office. This is the Incognito building. It's an eco building. It's used with flats above it, social housing, and all these pipes that you can see here. They're present in a lot of buildings, but they actually heat all our offices. So what this means is that we don't have to pay so much for energy, but more importantly, there's less carbon emitted. We don't have the sort of heaters and so on. And here in the main bunker, we have a light system. The light only works when somebody's in there. So these are some of the eco-saving tips that we can recommend. Thank you so much. It's a real pleasure to share with you, and thank you everybody for coming tonight.
The judges said Incognito's insect repellent is truly one of a kind and more than just an insect repellent. One judge said this product works, it saves lives and protects the environment. And now to the next award, Vegan. Veganism is taking the UK by storm, aided by a flood of plant-based foods, clothes and beauty products. Nominations in this category were broad and impressive. The judges were impressed by individuals who are giving a vegan twist to traditional foods and products. And the shortlist. BB Wraps, leaf plant-based wraps by Kath Austin. Human Milk, Claire Tchaikovsky. One Planet Pizza, Joe Hill and Mike Hill.
Vegetarian when, Joe?
When I was about 10 years old. I then went vegan when I was back in 2014, just before we started the business. And I went vegan for the same reasons, to tackle climate change and to try and protect the animals we share this planet with.
And the winner is Human Milk.
Oh my God! Amazing.
Oh, that is amazing.
Brilliant.
Oh, thank you so much. The crossover between the health of our species, the health of our next generation, and the health of our planet is, you can't separate it. The health of our species is entirely dependent on the health of our planet. And we hope that we can help do our bit for the next generation and for our beautiful, beautiful world. So thank you so much. It means a lot.
The judges praised this clever organisation for its creative engagement on an issue that should be, but never has been, properly articulated. Breastfeeding has been sidelined due to being seen as a woman's issue when really it's a people and a planet issue. I like the fact that they're trying to change that, one judge said. Finally, we come to a very special award, the Pea Eco Hero of the Decade. This is a way for us to mark our 10th birthday, whilst also recognising the incredible achievements that have been made by individuals over the last 10 years. Climate change is now firmly on the agenda. It has been a mainstream issue that's discussed daily around dinner tables, in schools, at the workplace and in politics and the media. We don't need to tell you that this simply wasn't the case 10 years ago when Pea started. The shift has been a result of gargantuan efforts by individuals all over the world who have refused to accept what sometimes felt like an inevitable fate for our planet. You have met some of those heroes here today, and there will be more to come. There are 3 individuals who we feel have made an enormous contribution to getting the climate crisis into mainstream discourse, and they are Caroline Lucas, Sir David Attenborough, Greta Thunberg.
The failure to act with sufficient ambition to avert the climate catastrophe would be the greatest moral failure of our time. The industrial world's destruction of our planet is essentially the story of a single lifetime. The planet brought from seeming stability to the brink of catastrophe in my lifetime. So we have to turn it around in our lifetimes too. It's the most awesome responsibility, but it is also the most amazing opportunity.
The people have spoken. Leaders of the world, you must lead. The continuation of our civilizations and the natural world upon which we depend is in your hands. Thank you.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? People are suffering. People are dying. How dare you pretend that this can be solved with just business as usual and some technical solutions? We will not let you get away with this. Right here, right now, is where we draw the line. The world is waking up, and change is coming whether you like it or not.
We'd now like you to choose the winner. You'll see a poll come up on your screen. You'll have just 30 seconds to select your winner. It's not long, so you'll have to trust your gut instinct. And the winner is, no surprise here, Sir David Attenborough, or affectionately known as King David in our world. Congratulations, Sir David. And here are a few words from the man himself.
Tonight, we've got rather a different programme for you.
I am David Attenborough, and I am 93. I've had the most extraordinary life. It's only now that I appreciate how extraordinary. The living world is a unique and spectacular marvel. Yet the way we humans live on Earth is sending it into a decline. Human beings have overrun the world. We're replacing the wild with the tame. This film is my witness statement and my vision of the future. The story of how we came to make this our greatest mistake. And how, if we act now, we can yet put it right.
To wrap up, we are going to have a few words from our founder, Jarvis Smith, and then move into a live DJ set from Justin at Bug Bar, playing some classic dance anthems. So stay online, connect with old friends, meet some new ones, have a dance round, whatever you fancy, but stay with us for a while and have some fun. That's it from me. A huge congratulations to all of the winners. Enjoy your night. And Jarvis, it's over to you.
So here we are, the end of an era. You know, when I first started the Pea Awards, I wasn't thinking this is a great business model. It was the right thing to do. I'm now looking at the next 10 years. Do you know what you're really good at or what you love doing? And could you use that skill to mitigate the climate crisis, even if it's just for the next 10 years? And are you willing for that to be your purpose? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Now let's go and have a party. Over to Justin!